All right, everybody, it is January 19th, so Sunday, January 19th. It's about 25 degrees, and this is the real first cold snap that we've had pretty much all season. I mean, it's just been very unseasonably warm with really mild temperatures over the entire duration of the 2019 hunting season. And we got down in the 20s, maybe in the single digits there for just a couple short snaps, but for the most part, I mean, heck, it was just 70 degrees here a couple days ago here in January. So really played a huge factor in our success so far this season. Still have plenty of guys that didn't even get a chance to fill a tag, and I attribute most of that to the warm temperatures. So out today, got the old trusty 22. Got 10 days left of squirrel season here in Kentucky, so I'm gonna try to thin out that population a little bit today. But also, I have some good intel that a lot of our target bucks are without one or both sides of their antlers. So I'm gonna try to get on these antlers and do some early season shed hunting, but at the same time squirrel hunting. So it's kind of a double whammy. I love this time of year. This is, I don't know, to me it's just almost as fun as being in a stand hunting for one of these big bruisers. It's just trying to get on their sheds, continue to build up that history. Several miles from here, they're starting to develop some amazing habitat that I always wanted to hunt but never got the opportunity. But they're starting to develop that ground, and I'm already starting to get bucks that I've never seen before, mature bucks, 2 really big bucks about 2 weeks ago on camera. So I'm thinking that as they are starting to develop that habitat, it's pushed those deer to find habitat again or to move. So never got to hunt that land, but looks like I'm gonna get to hunt those deer. So I'm pretty excited about the 2020 season already. So we're gonna get after it today. It's, like I said, it's like 25 degrees. It's real windy, so I'm down here in this bottom behind this tree trying to make this video so it's not all wind distorted. So gonna get after it, and hope you continue to stay tuned. Should have some squirrel action, some shed action here before too long. Keep hanging in there with me. So talk about just some of my strategy and where I start looking for sheds, because I get a lot of questions on like, where do you even begin to find sheds, or where are you most successful finding sheds? And to be honest, I'm definitely no expert. I mean, I really just got into shed hunting about 3 years ago. And the reason why was to gain more of that postseason, late season intel, and really start kind of just solidifying some of the other intel that I might have found a year prior or something like that, and just finding those high concentrated areas, finding bedding. So really it was just more of reconnaissance so that I was going to be more successful going into the next year. But then I just really started finding a passion for shed hunting, and again, building that, you know, history with particular deer, particular bucks. But again, I'm no expert by any means. I mean, people out there like my Uncle Eddie. Uncle Eddie can find a shed 100 yards away in the middle of a thicket and with his naked eye. It's crazy. Me, I could walk right by one, or there might be one sitting here right next to me right now while I'm talking, I'd still miss it. So I have found probably a little over 100 sheds over the past 3 years. And things that I do is, first I start working transition areas, stay on fence rows. So like this right here is a low fence area with a heavy beat down trail. So I know that these deer on this fence row transition are crossing here. And anywhere there's a fence crossing, you know, like this one has the top layer or a top strand of barbed wire off. So they're more apt deer just like us, right? They're gonna take the path of least resistance. So they're gonna jump an area like this. Well, anytime a buck jumps, if those antlers are ready to start dropping, you know, that jolt from when they land is a great starting point to try to find them. Then I look for bedding, find those bedding areas. I've had a lot of success finding antlers in the bedding area where they just knock them off before they get up, or as they get up and shake off, those antlers will drop. So in and around bedding areas. And then I guess the most antlers that I've found are out in cut ag fields, bean fields especially. Obviously cut corn is harder just because you got the stalks, and every stalk looks like an antler, but I've still found plenty on the edges. So those are the 3 primary places that I focus on when it comes to shed hunting. And then if I don't have any luck with that, then I'll start cutting the trails. So I'll get on a trail like this right here, and I'll just follow it and look both sides. One of the biggest mistakes that I made early on in shed hunting is that I was always looking ahead of me, always looking to see if I jumped a deer or, you know, where I was going next. and I found myself walking right past antlers. I was actually making an interview like this last season and looked down during the interview and there was an antler laying there. So just some tips. So we're gonna keep pushing back here. Stay tuned. So I got like, I don't know, 7 to 10 deer down here in this bottom. I'm up here in this thicket, in this bedding area, back here on the edge of this point. And I tried to video, but it's real thick through there. I don't know if I got them or not, but I didn't see any antlers. But when I was coming back through here, they came out of their beds. I've seen several of them stand up, and they worked their way back. And then now as I'm kind of slowly pushing back, they kind of turned and went back the other way. They're not running, they're not blowing. They hear me up here, but they don't know what I am, so. But that's an area that I'm gonna work back the rest of the way back to this point where I know there's some buck bedding. And then I'm gonna circle back and get down in this area where they're obviously concentrated at. And hopefully I'll start grid searching. And then hopefully, if there are any shed antlers in that area, I'll be sure to pick them up. So let's keep going. All right, everybody, it's about, I don't know, 2:30. It's cold. I've gone probably a little over 2 miles anyway. And I finally got my first squirrel, but my battery on my other GoPro was dead, so I had to add the new one on. So I didn't get the shot on camera, but let's walk over here. I've seen him fall. Let's walk over and take a look. First squirrel of the year. Pretty excited. He's a big one. Oh yeah. Big old fox squirrel. All right, everybody, back at it again. January 26th. It's about 39 degrees. I'm down here in this little bottom because it's real windy out. So pretty cold. Got 3 days left here in Kentucky for squirrel hunting. So I've got the 22 with me, hoping to thin out the herd per se of these squirrel, because man, Lord knows this property needs it. So I'm gonna get after these squirrel today and hopefully get on some sheds. I've got several big target bucks that I know that are missing one side or the other. But we have a lot of young deer that I'm seeing that's still holding their rack. So I'm not going to push in too hard, but we are going to hit some of the known areas that I found sheds in the past. So keep hanging in there. Hopefully we'll have a little luck today. Stay tuned. All right, everybody, it is February 8th and I am back at it again. I've been out several times. I haven't put together an episode yet just for the simple fact that I haven't had any luck finding any sheds. I haven't really pushed back into like really any of the serious bedding areas or anything like that either, because I didn't have a lot of intel. But now did a card pull and I've got several target bucks, several bucks in general that are missing one or both sides, including one that I believe is my biggest buck on this property, just based on his bases and looking back at some previous pictures through the season. So pretty excited that today will be the day we come across some of these sheds. So continue to hang in there and hopefully we'll have some luck here to bring you real shortly. Stay tuned. It is February 13th and I'm back at it again, and still have not put together a video yet because I have still not found a shed. I've probably been out 5 or 6 times now and got off work a little early. This is about 3:30 right now. it's been raining, like torrential downpour rain, cold. And so I decided to leave work a little early today. Got in early so I could leave early, and overcasted skies. That's one of the times I love coming out to shed hunt. It just seems to help me find those sheds better, where you're not getting all the shadows and so on and so forth on the ground. And so I've pushed back down here into this known bedding area where I see a lot of buck activity. And I've just been grid searching. So just up and down, back and forth, up and down. And I'm standing here looking through some thick grass areas where you can kind of see where they've been bedded down, just really looking through that real well. I turn and I'm pretty freaking excited. Like, I don't know. Check this out. Heck yes. That's fresh. Nice 5-side. Good mass. I know this deer well. Got lots of pictures of him. You can tell with this bladed, well, it's hard to do, hold the camera, but that bladed G2 right there. So I am beyond stoked to find my first shed of 2020. And really gonna comb this area right now and see if I can find the match set. If I find a match set today, I'm gonna lose it. I found one match set in my life. It was a little 4-point, and I found it about 30-40 yards from where I'm standing right now. So gonna comb this area really well. Hope you keep hanging in there, and hopefully we'll keep finding more of these today. Stay tuned. All right, everybody, back at it again today. It is February 14th, so happy Valentine's Day to everybody out there. And didn't have any luck finding the other side or the match to that 5-side that I found last night. So I looked all the way up through dark, and I'm so amped up I had to get back out here today. It is only 16 degrees. It is cold. But I'm in this area that I've held off on. I very rarely push in over here. It has a high concentration of bucks, especially during late season. As you can see there, I mean, it's just sign all through this whole area. I'm looking at 1, 2, there's a fresh one I'll show you in a second. 3, 4, 5, I mean, 6 old one. I mean, this area just has a lot of history of holding a lot of late season deer. So I'm just in here gridding this out and hopefully gonna have a bunch of success today. So I hope you keep hanging in there, but let's jump over with Uncle Eddie, because he's already having a ton of success finding sheds this season. So let's go check out and see what he's found.
Well, there's the first one of the day. Oh, good brown. I think it's Thursday the 13th, so I'll get back at you. Man, I've been walking all day, and I think I've just now found number 2 over here. I don't know how many miles I've put on, but it's been a few. I found one 15 minutes in when I first started. It's been about, I don't know, 5 hours. Maybe a little more, I don't know. Just to get this one. Looks pretty decent. I don't look like a 4. Yeah, a little 4. Little 4-pointer. I'll take it. Well, it's been about 10 minutes, maybe, something like that. I just found another one, same field, just about I don't know, 75 yards away from that other one. There she lays. I'll see if I can't find some more. Get back at you.
All right, everybody, so about about 3 miles in, and unfortunately haven't had any luck this morning. That sun's really getting up over my head. Really bright today, making it more and more difficult. So gonna wrap up this episode. Hope you enjoyed. Keep tuning in. If you haven't got down there, smash that subscribe button so you don't miss any of the future episodes. Shed season's just kicking off. We got pre-season coming up for 2020, and then obviously going right into spring turkey. We got some coyote hunts coming up, predator hunts coming up. So all kinds of action coming your way. Make sure you continue to tune in, and until next time, wake up and hunt.